Hello everybody. Today I thought just before closing the day, maybe a few more people have time and are around. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Tao, living in the Tao, Taoistic philosophy without going crazy is not to forget that according to the Tao, what we're supposed to do now at that time of the year is regeneration, which means all the activities slowing down, and starting to rebuild the life force inside us to basically come up, be ready in spring so we can doing all the things we enjoy, which needs our energy. So now is the time to low flame, calm it down, regenerate, and this kind of thing will help us to be ready in the spring, which I'm sure most people can't even wait. Now in Germany it's getting really cold, I have to say. So Germany, really great. But the weather, we could work on it a little bit. So for today, apart from talking a little bit about the Tao, and not to forget that now we're supposed to calm down a little bit. This week we talked a lot about back pain, and many times people talk suffering from lower back pain. So we had some exercises there. If you missed it, look on our Facebook, IGTV, YouTube channel. You'll find us under ANaNDAO or Tao Yoga. And if not, send us a message. We'll point you there. So today what I have is also not to forget that while we're doing this kind of exercise, many times we believe that the one exercise is fixing the problem, and in my experience apparently that's not exactly the case. The whole body needs our attention. No worries, I'm not talking about hours and hours of training or whatever. No, first of all, I'm talking about enjoyable stuff, easy stuff, doesn't take a lot of time. Forget about the 7 minutes thing, you know, like 6 packs, 7 minutes. It's just not on. But what I wanted to highlight is how important it is whenever you do the one exercise or the second one or whatever, not to forget the general opening of the joints. That is a very important thing, and every time I see, you know, great exercises and stuff like that, do 7 minutes that, or hug the wall, or God knows what, I'm sure they're all great, but it emphasizes so strongly, do this one thing, solves your problem. Now, often the body is also a little bit more complex, which means when you do feel pain on the one side or on the one point, sometimes it's not necessarily the area of problem. Sometimes it's just the antagonist, the other side of it. But however, I don't want to go too deep into it. So what I want to recommend to you is, before you do any kind of exercises, just prepare your body a little bit. That's one of the principles in Tao Yoga. Do an opening to any kind of exercise you're doing. And what I love is basically opening the joints, starting down there, and now we can do a little bit together, do a little bit with me, so you get a feeling of what's going, how does it feel. So what you do is basically you rotate, which means at the same time we're strengthening a little bit the balance. So I want you, all your attention, go down to your foot, feel in the joint, change direction. You can do it faster no problem, but I want you to get a feeling. Then wiggle a little bit, up to the knee. Yes, many people think knee is only that. No, knee can do much more. Try this motion, opening the knee. Beautiful. To the next one, opening the hip. Yeah, that's the thing. Opening the hip and release. Of course, do the other side. To the foot joint. Change direction. Up to the knee. Change direction. Just a little bit already opens the thing, prepares for the bloodstream, for the liquids to go up to the hip. Yo! Opening the hip. Especially when you are a little bit over 40, you might realize in communication with your body, things are not necessarily going as they used to go. So now we did the 3. Let's do the hip. As we've seen this week, is already great exercise to release lower back. Change direction. Now, apparently a lot of women actually struggling with upper back pain, especially on the heart level. So what we recommend is that you are like moving this part, opening to the side, to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front. So if you want to do that with me, you can open your arms, bring the elbows together, and looking at my back, round, 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 opening, round. Breathe deep in, breathe out. Breathe deep in, breathe out. Breathe deep in, breathe out. So you get a feeling of the motion, that the whole spine is basically hold on the lower and on the upper end, and you're beginning with the heart level, pushing forward and backward. That is a wonderful exercise to get to this point, to get a little bit to release in that area. Now, what is another great exercise here is you interlace the fingers, you push them up, and now you just bend from the heart level and back. So, pushing up. So you leave all of that untouched, coming back to the front, coming back to the front. So feel that just the upper level is in a circular motion. That's another thing which I see very, very often, especially in Western gyms and activities and exercises. They are two-dimensional, no? That doesn't fit necessarily to release the problem. That's why we often emphasize and show in our training videos to be on a three-dimensional level, because our body is three-dimensional, not to talk about the universe. So in that circular motion, we're strengthening, we're massaging the buffer between the vertebrae. So in that way, while circling, we press and release, which brings a little bit more blood flow, a little bit more liquid, which means, in essence, food to the discs, the things between the vertebrae, which means they have a chance to get, again, a little bit more flexible. So again, beautiful. That's the motion. If you're a little bit more sportive, I'll invite you to another one. Bring the hands down and with your upper body in a circular motion. So while you're going to one side, and now you push the upper body, showing from the side, push the upper body, and push the right shoulder to the left leg, and you feel a whole twist, a whole turn to the other side. Feel the twist. Don't turn the neck, just bring the shoulder towards the knee, and you feel the whole twist in the spine. You can do that a few times. Hold it a little on one side and change the side. Yo. That's the spirit. So at the same time, while you do that, you're sitting deep, which means your lower legs, your basis, is doing a lot of activity, meaning you're doing a lot also for your circulation. Now, coming down, it's the evening. We are full from the day. And while we are full from the day, I want you now preparing for the rest, which is the most important thing to be able to be alive and kicking tomorrow morning. So in the evening, we have to get easy to sleep, get a restful sleep. So to do that, both palms of our hands along the center line of the body, bringing down. Now we need one more thing, which we usually in Western exercises sometimes missing, is the guidance of the exercise. Meaning, what I want you to do is basically with the palms of your hands, imagine you pull all the thoughts down to your center. For one moment, just follow the palms of your hands along the center line and imagine you pushing down every little single thought of your mind. Breathe deep in, close your lips, bring the tongue up to the roof of your mouth. Meaning now we're breathing only through the nose, in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Now you might think, 1, 2, 3 times, okay, you can do it, no problem. I like to advise you to do it as many times as possible. You repeat the exercise until you feel that really everything is coming down. While you release your thoughts and push all your thoughts down, now I want you to put all your attention to your center. And how you do that is basically you bring the palms in front of your body and you imagine that you collect now with the palms of your hands more and more energy. Imagine it's possible. You could collect calming, regenerating energy for the night with the palms of your hands. Bring them through the navel. Both palms of your hands in front of your navel, in front of your center. And if you like, for one moment, close your eyes, close the lips, tongue up, and sink down. Sink down with your inner view, down to the level of the heart, down to the solar plexus, and eventually down to the level of the navel. Now imagine you could bring all your senses just following down with you to your center, and you could look, feel, breathe, smell, taste into your center. Just for one moment to close this session, and imagine the better you get, the better will be your sleep. The better you sleep, the more energy you'll have tomorrow morning. Inhale deeply, exhale. Then while you're exhaling, close your feet, close your hands, put them on your navel, and very slowly, but finally, closing this exercise, bringing everything to rest, and make warm hands and put them on your face like rest energy, calming, soothing, which you put on your face. Second time, make them warm. 9 times. And last and final one, 9 times. Over your head, your shoulders, your chest, your heart level. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you did, it would be great if you send me a message how you liked it, or better not, even if there is one thing which you would like, an exercise, a tip, an advice out of our practice systems, the world of Tao Yoga. We would be happy to hear about it. And until then, take care.